Today, I'm going to tell you about the new release Omnibus trade paperbacks, collected editions, books, fiction, nonfiction, all those great things coming out this new comic book day, June 15th, 2022. That and a whole lot more coming up next. I'm Jimmy Don Kerr, and this is the SmallTown Collectibles YouTube channel. So before we jump into all the new releases this week coming out in the collected editions, I want to ask you, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, do that now. Hit that subscription button, turn on that notification bell so that you get notified when I put out new content. Smash that like button if you like the video, and leave a comment below and let me know what you think about this segment. All right, guys, with all that out of the way, let's jump into our first category. And that's going to be just the books. They're classified as books. That's going to be your art books, your fiction, nonfiction, etc. So first up on our list this week is the art book, and this one comes from DC. This is a DC poster portfolio DC Pride trade paperback. It has a retail price of $24.99. Now from the fiction category, we've got a couple of books. We've got Fairway, Paladin Light Novel, Volume 2, The Archer Beast of Woods. This comes from J Novel Comic Club, and it's written by Katana Youngino with a retail price of $19.99. Then from the Star Wars mythos, we've got Star Wars from a Certain Point of View, Empire Strikes Back, trade paperback. This comes from Del Rey Books. It's got various writers on the title, and it has a retail price of $18.99. Also from Star Wars, we've got Star Wars, Story of Jedi and Sith, the hardcover edition. This comes from Disney Lucasfilm Press. It's written by Sam Maggs, and the retail price is $17.99. Then we've got a Magna title in the fiction category this week, and that's Your Forma Light Novel Volume 1. This comes from Yin On, and it's written by Mario Kikuchi with a retail price of $15. Now, only one nonfiction book this week, and that is one of the most famous characters in the Marvel mythos. That's Captain America, First Avenger, Hero Icon hardcover. This comes from Universe and is written or collected by Rich Johnson with a retail price of $50. All right, that wraps up our fiction, nonfiction, etc. Let's jump over into one of the big three, and that's DC. First up from DC, we've got Aquaman The Becoming trade paperback. That comes to you by Brandon Thomas with a retail price of $19.99. Then we've got Batman The Adventures Continue, Season 2, a trade paperback from Alan Burnett and Paul Dini with a retail price of $19.99. Then we've got Catwoman of East End Omnibus hardcover, written by Ed Brubaker and Darwin Cook with a retail price of $100. Then we've got Crushin' Lobo, the trade paperback by Mariko Tamaki with a retail price of $19.99. This collects Crush Lobo 1 through 8. Then we've got Justice League Last Ride trade paperback from Chip Zdarsky with a retail price of $16.99. Then we've got Midnighter, the complete collection trade paperback. That comes to us from Steve Orlando with a retail price of $39.99. All right, that takes care of the DC. Let's jump over to Dynamite. Only one book from Dynamite this week. Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, Classic Years Omnibus Volume 1. This comes from various writers with a retail price of $39.99. Now, over to IDW, we've got Loved and Lost, a relationship trilogy trade paperback written by Jeffrey Brown with a retail price of $29.99. We have Radical, My Year with a Socialist Senator, original graphic novel from Sophia Warren with a retail price of $24.99. Then we've got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Best of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Collection Volume 1 trade paperback. Of course, this is written by Kevin Eastman with a retail price of $29.99. Now we jump over to Image. We've got a Jeff Lemire title, Bone Orchard Mythos, The Passageway hardcover with a retail price of $17.99. Curse Words, The Whole Damn Thing Omnibus hardcover Dust Jacket edition. That comes from Charles Soule with a retail price of $59.99. Then we've got Curse Words, The Whole Damn Thing Omnibus hardcover regular edition coming from Charles Soule with a retail price of $59.99. Now let's jump over to Marvel. We've got Avengers Forever Volume 1, The Lord of Earthly Vengeance trade paperback. This comes from Jason Aaron with a retail price of $15.99. We got Black Panther by John Ridley, Volume 1, Long Shadow, Part 1, trade paperback with an original price of $17.99. Daredevil by Ed Brubaker and Mark Lark, Omnibus, Volume 1, hardcover direct market with a David Finch variant cover. This is a new printing, and of course, as I said, it's from Ed Brubaker with a retail price of $100. Then we've got Miles Morales, Marvel Universe graphic novel. This is written by Brian Michael Bendis with a retail price of $13.99. All right, now let's jump over into the indies, and there's a bunch of these. We've got a cartoon introduction to climate change graphic novel revised edition. This comes from Island Press and is written by Yoram Bauman with an original price or a retail price of $29. Then we've got Alley Oop on the Planet of Deflon, number 46 trade paperback by Manuscript Press, writer David Graw, an original price or retail price of $19.99. Then we've got Battle Royale, the trade paperback by Amulet Books and written by Leslie Adams with a retail price of $17.99. Cat and Cat Adventures, Volume 2, Goblet of Infinity, trade paperback. This comes from Harper Alley, and it's written by Susie Yee with a retail price of $8.99. Then we've got Cat Shit 1, Volume 3, trade paperback from Antarctic Press. This is written by Motofumi Kobayashi with a retail price of $12.99. Then we've got Chicken Devil, Volume 1, Under Pressure trade paperback. That comes from Aftershock Comics, written by Brian Buccellato with a retail price of $16.99. Chunky Goes to Camp, trade paperback from Catherine Teagan Books, written by Yehudi Mercado with a retail price of $12.99. Code of Honor and Other Stories, the hardcover. This comes from Fantagraphics. The writer was Will Edler with a retail price of $35. Con Artist hardcover by Drawn and Quarterly, written by Luke Healy with a retail price of $24.95. Cookie and the Kid Volume 2 trade paperback from Antarctic Press, written by Alex Kawasaki, retail price $9.99. Cryptid Club Volume 1, Bigfoot Takes the Field trade paperback. This comes from Harper Alley, written by Michael Brum with a retail price of $8.99. Gay Giant, a memoir graphic novel by Street Noise Books, written by Gabrielle Eppensberger with a retail price of $19.99. Hiccups, Fun Stories trade paperback by Action Lab Discovery, written by Miguel Martinez Joffrey with a retail price of $9.99. Horror Comics, Vampire Ninja Ono trade paperback. This comes from Antarctic Press, written by Ben Dunn and David Furr with a retail price of $9.99. House of Slaughter, Volume 1, the trade paperback. That comes from Boom Studios, written by James Tynion IV and Tate Brumbaugh with a retail price of $14.99. H.P. Lovecraft, Arthur German trade paperback. This comes from Caliber Entertainment, written by H.P. Lovecraft and Stephen P. Jones with a retail price of $9.99. From Harper Alley, I Can Read Comics, Baby Sharks, Big Show, Hide and Hunt, trade paperback, written by Pink Fong with a retail price of $4.99. I Can Read Comics, Fish and Wave trade paperback, also from Harper Alley, written by Sergio Rosier. Retail price $4.99. Island Book, Volume 3, Rising Tide, the hardcover. This comes from First Second and written by Evan Dahm with a retail price of $26.99. Then we've got Lone Sloan, Volume 2, Delirious, hardcover, new printing from Titan Comics, written by Jacques Lobb. Retail price $24.99. Next is Silk Hills, hardcover by Oni Press, written by Ryan Ferrier and Brian Level with a retail price of $24.99. Sloth Sooth, Volume 1, hardcover by Etch, written by Cindy Marco with a retail price of $12.99. Stick and Stone Explore and More, hardcover edition by Etch, written by Beth Ferry with a retail price of $12.99. Their Blood Got Mixed, Rojava and the War on ISIS trade paperback. This comes from PM Press, written by Janet Bill with a retail price of $27.95. Three Protectors, Volume 1 graphic novel by Invader Comics, written by Keith Foster, with a retail price of $12.99. Treasure of the Black Swan hardcover. This comes from Fantagraphics, written by Paco Roca and Guillermo Corral, with a retail price of $29.99. Then we've got Valiant Classics Collection, Exo Man-O-War Retribution trade paperback by Valiant Entertainment, written by Bob Layton, with a retail price of $24.99. Waffles and Pancakes, Volume 2, Flight or Fright hardcover by Little Brown & Company, written by Drew Brockington, with a retail price of $12.99. Warriors Exile from Shadow Clan trade paperback, that comes from Harper Alley, written by Aaron Hunter, with a retail price of $12.99. Weekly Dispatch trade paperback from Conundrum Press, written by Rick Trimbles, with a retail price of $20. And that takes care of all our indie trades and graphic novels, omnibuses this week. Now let's jump over into the manga category. First up, we have Adachi and Shimamura, Volume 3, the graphic novel. This comes to us from Yen Press, written by Hitoma Aruma, with a retail price of $13. Then we've got Assassin's Creed Dynasty Volume 3, the graphic novel. This comes from Tokyo Pop, written by Zu Zigzani, and with a retail price of $14.99. Baby Bear's Bakery Volume 1, the graphic novel by Dimpa Books, written by Kanan Tatsu, with a retail price of $15.95. Next up, we have several volumes from the same title. That's Barefoot Gen Volume 1 Cartoon Story of Hiroshima hardcover. This comes from Last Gap, and it's written by Keiji Nakazawa. The retail price on this one is $25. Then a book by the same title, Barefoot Gen Volume 1 Cartoon Story of Hiroshima, trade paperback, the new printing, 2022, retail price of $16.95. Then we've got Barefoot Gen Volume 2, The Day After hardcover, retail price $25. Barefoot Gen Volume 3, Life After the Bomb hardcover, retail price $25. Barefoot Gen Volume 4, Out of the Ashes hardcover, retail price of $25. Barefoot Gen Volume 5, Never Ending War hardcover, retail price $25. Barefoot Gen Volume 6, Writing the Truth hardcover, retail price of $25. Barefoot Gen Volume 7, Bones into Dust hardcover, retail price of $25. Barefoot Gen Volume 8, Merchants of Death hardcover, with a retail price of $25. Barefoot Gen Volume 9, Breaking Down Borders hardcover, with a retail price of $25. And then wrapping up those titles is Barefoot Gen Volume 10, Never Give Up hardcover, with a retail price of $25. Next up, we have Beaufry, I Don't Want to Get Hurt. So the third, Max Out My Defense Volume 4 graphic novel. This comes from Yen Press, written by Yumicon, with a retail price of $13. Sales at Work, Baby Volume 4 graphic novel by Kandasha Comics, written by Akon Shimizu, with a retail price of $12.99. We got Ero Ninja Scrolls Volume 3 graphic novel. This comes from Seven Seas Ghost Ship and writer Haruki, with a retail price of $13.99. Next up, Goblin Slayer Side Story of the Year Volume 7 graphic novel by Yen Press, written by Kumo Keiju, with a retail price of $13. I Think I Turned My Friend Into a Girl Volume 1 graphic novel from Seven Seas Entertainment, written by Azusa Banjo, with a retail price of $13.99. Then we've got Lovesick Ellie Volume 4, the graphic novel by Kandasha Comics, written by Fujimomo, with a retail price of $10.99. Men Who Created Gundam graphic novel by Dimpa Books, written by Hideki Awada, with a retail price of $21.95. Next up, Might As Well Cheat. I Got Transported to Another World Where I Can Live My Wildest Dreams, Volume 3 graphic novel, comes to us by Seven Seas Ghost Ship and written by Mun Mun. Retail price is $13.99. Monologue Woven for You Volume 2 graphic novel. This comes from Seven Seas Entertainment, written by Sayu Yasaka, with a retail price of $14.99. Namaquan San Want, Take a Licking, Volume 1 graphic novel from 7 Seas Entertainment and written by Ri Ito. Retail price $13.99. Next, we've got Nightfall Travelers, Volume 1, the graphic novel from 7 Seas Entertainment. The writer is Tomo Hai with a retail price of $15.99. Then we've got Orient, Volume 9, graphic novel by Kandasha Comics, written by Shinobu Hotaka, with a retail price of $10.99. Puppy Love, the graphic novel by Tokyo Pop, written by Toshida Haru, with a retail price of $14.99. Shaman King Omnibus, Volume 25, 26, and 27 graphic novel by Kandasha Comics, written by Hiroyuki Takai, with a retail price of $19.99. Sue and Tae-chan, Volume 4 graphic novel from Kandasha Comics, written by Konomi Kanata, with a retail price of $12.99. Summertime Reading, Volume 3, the trade paperback by Udon Entertainment, written by Yosuke Tanaka, with a retail price of $19.99. This is Screwed Up, but I Was Reincarnated as a Girl in Another World, Volume 1 graphic novel by 7 Seas Entertainment and written by Ashi, with a retail price of $12.99. Trapped in a Dating Sim, The World of Atomi Games is Tough for Mobs, Volume 5 graphic novel from 7 Seas Entertainment and written by Yomu Mishiyama, with a retail price of $12.99. Two of Them Are Pretty Like This, Volume 1 graphic novel by 7 Seas Entertainment and written by Takashi Akita. Retail price $13.99. Then we've got Vampire Dormitory, Volume 5 graphic novel by Kandasha Comics and written by Emma Toyama, with a retail price of $10.99. Welcome Back Alice, Volume 1, the graphic novel, and written by Shuzu Oshimi, with a retail price of $12.95. And then the last book in our Magna category is World Ends Harem Fantasia Academy Volume 1 graphic novel. This comes from 7 Seas Ghost Ship. The writer is Link Savan, and the retail price is $13.99. All right, that's quite the list, guys, but that is all the trade paperbacks, the omnibus, collected editions, graphic novels that are coming out this week on New Comic Book Day, June 15th, 2022. Hope this list helps you in some way as you're looking for things to purchase this new comic book day. If you like this type of content, make sure you hit that subscription button, turn on that notification bell, smash that like button, and leave a comment below. That's it for me this week. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you have a great new comic book day. I know I'm going to. As we always end this thing, until next time.